The greatest threat to the beauty and prosperity of the Pacific is environmental degradation. The people of the Pacific are critically threatened by sea level rise and increasing storm severity. And while indigenous peoples in this region have demonstrated extraordinary resiliency, we must immediately recognize that without a concerted effort by the global community to address climate challenges, the repeated onslaught of storm devastation and environmental degradation may simply overwhelm the communities of our small island developing states. These are some of the most extraordinary cultures in the world, rich in generations of traditional ecological knowledges that undoubtedly have roles to play in the ongoing efforts to restore the biocultural prosperity of the Pacific. Our efforts to protect these cultures should have begun decades ago. Our only remaining option is for them to begin now. I'm the project coordinator for Pukoa, Kani, Aina. It's a project that is supported by the IUCN, SPREP, and the SPC that looks at the relationships between culture and conservation. We went to a number of different sites in 4 areas: Hawaii, Solomon Islands, Samoa, and Fiji, to look at how marine protected areas interacted with the local communities adjacent to those areas. The Pacific Islands really are in trouble in many ways between climate change and the different effects of sea level rise, the increasing impact of severe storms. You are seeing not only communities repeatedly impacted, but you're seeing we're getting to a point where communities are going to have to move away from their homelands. Therefore, it's become ever more critical that the different cultures, particularly for indigenous people and local communities, that are part of any land base, any sort of resource, are preserved. There hasn't been enough attention paid to the protection of cultural resources. And really the linkage between conservation and culture is a natural one. Indigenous people and local communities for hundreds, if not thousands of years, had a symbiotic relationship with their natural resources. One didn't exist without the other. You couldn't manage a natural resource or a land base or an ocean area without having a deeply powerful culture and set of values associated with that culture that taught that culture how to manage their resources.
Okay, my name is Tusani, commonly known as Joe Ritty, from the village of Savaya. I'm a chief. The 2 main cyclones in 1990 and 91. The entire coastal ecosystems in Savaya was destroyed. Corals were mainly damaged, but even before the cyclones, people used to use dynamites to kill corals. They also use other destructive fishing methods like poison and crushing of the corals and that sort of thing. So it was pretty bad, and there was hardly any fish at all. The corals were dying back. There was seaweed everywhere. So Australian government funded a marine fisheries project within the fisheries division of the Ministry of Agriculture, where they promoted this community managed fisheries areas. And our village decided that this would be a worthwhile program to join. The fisheries people come every 6 months to do the survey of the resources within the area. And they keep telling us that, the last time we came, the coral coverage was about 60%. This time it's about 90%. So we know things are happening in there that we don't see from our homes on land. Telling people that your life can be better with when the corals come back and when the fish return. So now they see that what we've been telling them was actually true. So I think that makes life a bit easier for us. That's not saying that we don't have problems now, but at least it's not as bad as has been happening in the other villages. A couple of villages near us, they used to have giant clams just like we had, and now they have nothing because it just consumed the clams. And people do not respect the laws and the bylaws that were set up for the areas as much as we did. And I think that's the main reason. The problem, I think, with some villages when they go out set up marine protected areas, they want the whole entire area protected. I don't think you can do that successfully because people got to have somewhere where they can go and fish. Mm-hmm. From our own experience, we started small. We extend the area as we go along, and we also allow people to fish outside the reserve. My advice would be start slowly, start small. More money is not necessarily good for small island countries, and I think that's where the GEF small farm scheme has a lot of advantages. It's the kind of support that I think matches the capacity of the local people.
It's quite good project to us. Came in and advised us because before it was really good coral, quite good. But during the cyclones, they really wash out everything. If the cyclone, you guys on the area here, especially here in the side here, this low area, a lot of coral on the land. They really wash out from by waves. Right after cyclone, we are very seldom to find any bigger fish in this area. But now, when we protect this area, a lot of fish. So the coral, when we coral growing well, so fish can come in and stay there. And nowadays, it's really coming back. They're going back to this was from get together and not only talking English, but especially in our own culture, in Samoa, and good advice from them. And also we advise them to give help and good advice to us so that we can maintain a better way of living with the community.
Who's part of the conversation? Conservation has to stop being about the same 10 people getting into a room and telling each other how great they are and coming up with a plan. That it has to be about people, and it has to be bigger and broader and more diverse. And until that happens, it's not going to succeed. And the people who support that idea, I think, are the Pacific Islanders and the sort of diverse groups who are this growing group in conservation that I think suffer the same frustrations. What is conservation without those cultures? What is conservation if they are not also simultaneously protecting the traditional ecological knowledge, the oral histories that are associated with any natural resource? So really the goal of this study was to go out and to interact with these communities to see how conservation programs were enhancing and partnering with the people within a community to not only protect a resource for subsistence and sustainability use, but at the same time honoring and perpetuating the traditional knowledges that become threatened when different severe weather or natural hazards impact an area.
Pilikana kamalulu niu Hey maiana meka po hue hue Ahevehi ho iko hi ikuae E kahi ko maune Aloha aloha no Aloha kahali